Thank you, Your Excellency, and colleagues who are here, and members of the Fourth Estate. I hope I'll be able to give the story without being emotional. But I want to break it into two parts. And part one is at the burial the day before and at the burial of Erastus. The day before the burial, Rick G., the former deputy president, called me and he asked me to represent him in that funeral committee with 50,000 shillings. And he also said that he would attend that burial. So when I went there, I found so many people, roughly about 300 of them. And when I spoke to them, because they gathered, I spoke about what Rigiji had told me, pole, kwa familia, and then I've also brought my pole. And then I told them, for what Rigiji is doing in our community or our area, I would be pleased if Rigiji himself, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is here, somebody like Matiang'i, brother Eugene, and the rest of them, would join hands and liberate this country from what we are going through. The people who are there were very excited, extremely excited, even to hear that Rick G was going to come. But more importantly, when they heard that there is intention to bring all of us together so that we can liberate our country. That was the day before. And so I told Rick G, watu wamepokea vizuri na wamesema unaweza kuja. And therefore the next day he called me and asked me, can you wait for me in an appointed place so that we can go together? And we did so. And he came and we went. I'm trying to make it short. And on reaching there, we found very excited crowd. Because I can tell you, on our arrival, an announcement that we have arrived, the crowd went wild. They were cheering. They welcomed us. The MCE also did the same. We got a place where to sit. But when we sat, I observed one thing that was unique. That the area MP, one John Kirago Chege, had declined to sit where the VIP tent was, and he decided to go and sit where the Akorino bishops were. And I asked, why would it happen? I just asked somebody. And they said he was offered and he declined. And so we sat in and listened to the people who were speaking, and then we listened to the sermon. Everything was looking okay. But at one point, when the bishop, the main bishop, was preaching, there was sudden influx of young men, who came from 3 different directions. Most of them did not come to stand or sit where we were. What they did is that they sat next to the fence, others near the gate, and the rest were somewhere near the toilet. And at one time I remember I went to the washroom, and there is, now when I was thinking later, there was this one person who had a cape and had a mask, was like hooded, who from afar escorted me to the toilet, though I had my boys. Then he came back and went behind the VIP tent. I did not take offense because I didn't know who he was. I'm saying that because you'll hear what happens when I get into the Subarus. So many people spoke, but I want to bring it to where I was invited by the area MCA. And the area MCA specifically, he actually hit out at the local MP for going to vote no, to vote yes against Rikichi. For that impeachment motion, as his vote was the vote of Limuru, and he said that was not our wish. Na watu wakapiga makofi sana. Then he is the one who invited me. I broke my speech into two. One, and I told the people, I'll give message of condolence, which I did. The second, I'll tell you why I will talk about Rig-G. So the first part went on well. Then I came to the second part, and I started talking about how Rig-G had come and campaigned against me. However, I was now sharing a platform with him because we had decided to bury our interest in the greater interest of the community and the region. And as I started talking about Rig-G, there was a huge surge of youth who came specifically to the VIP tent. And I noted that VIP tent was like a target. So I was speaking and looking at them and trying to bring peace, telling them I'm peaceful, everybody who is here is peaceful. And they said, don't tell us about Rig-G. We would have voted for you, but he told us not to vote for you. I told them that's fine. Even me, I would even probably not speak to him.